First off, thank you guys so much for taking time out to do this interview with us.
Sure,
really appreciate it. So, first question: how did you guys start out as Broken Lizard?
We went to college together. We went to Colgate University, which is in upstate New York, and there was like 15 of us who started a comedy group there.
Charred Goosebeak was the name of that group, the original incarnation.
And then we did shows at Colgate for a while, and it was pretty good success. We got cocky. We thought maybe we could go do it down in New York City, and so we did. And we changed the name to Broken Lizard.
Yeah.
And started doing live shows in the city at clubs and things like that.
What was the name of our first live show? It was Where'd you get that tongue?
Where'd you get that tongue?
Yeah. Where'd you get that? We did 4 shows. Where'd you get that tongue? Fish Whimsy, Jolly Joe Triphammer Hits It Big, and what was the other one? And number 4.
And the 4th untitled show.
Yeah, it's like Led Zeppelin, Zoso we called it.
And so we started that. We did, and in the show we would do little videos, like little interstitial videos, and then we started making bigger films and longer films, and eventually we shot our first feature for like $250,000.
Puddle Cruiser.
Puddle Cruiser, and we shot it at Colgate University, and then from there.
It was over.
Yeah.
We got that from there. It actually took us a few years, but we got the money to make Super Troopers based on Puddle Cruiser, and then sold that at the Sundance Film Festival to Fox Searchlight, who financed Club Dread, and then Warner Brothers made Beer Fest for us. And so this movie was Slammin Salmon. Our new movie is something that we actually returned. There was a writer's strike going on, and we had been, writing a low-budget movie, just having our back pocket for like a rainy day type thing, and the strike was the rainy day. So our Super Troopers investor gave us the money to make the Slammin Salmon. So we're really returning to our roots with this, with the new movie.
Cool. So while you guys were at college, were any of you like film students? Were you guys film guys, or were you guys from all different walks of life coming together just to do this for fun?
No, in fact, I don't think
they didn't have a film program at Colgate.
We took a film studies class, a terribly uninteresting one with where they'd show you those movies. They're like Fog Line, which is an hour or more of like watching fog lift over a valley.
I thought that's fascinating.
Yeah, that's what you did, didn't you? That's when the teacher would be like, "Tell us what you thought about it," and you're like, everyone's thinking the same thing, dull. But but these are classic films, I guess.
You can't say that. I mean, it's intellectual. It's intellectual.
It is intellectual. We saw stuff like the Battleship Potemkin was a good one, which has been alluded to in many movies now. With anyway, so that's how we felt about it. But no, we.
It was all different things. I mean, I was a political science major. Actually.
Yeah, I was an art major, but that was the only one. I think guys like poli-sci and history and econ, things like that. Nothing, nothing filmic.
Everything artsy.
There is no film department at Colgate, or there wasn't.
Mm-hmm. So, Broken Lizard started out as like sketch comedy and like improv and stuff. What do you guys think of the state of sketch comedy these days?
Well, I think it's kind of cool that the difference to me is YouTube, and it's the ability to have the cameras that we didn't have at the time. It's like I think it allows you to be more prolific. You can make more stuff, and you can get it out to more people, and more people can see it. And I think it allows for you to get better. And it's kind of this whole different element to sketch, I think, now.
Yeah, I mean, it's when we were coming up, sketch comedy was it was like the state and UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade, and a bunch of other people, but independent film was sort of the hot thing at that time as well. It's like Linklater and Rodriguez and Tarantino and Soderbergh were making their movies, and now it's like this. Talent agencies are developing departments to discover talent on the internet for people who are just putting together short sketches. So I think it's pretty good shape.
Do you think Broken Lizard will get back on that? Like doing like web shorts maybe?
I think so. We talked about it. We always talk about doing web shorts.
We just wrote a bunch of them.
Yeah. And then we went and did this live show, so it kind of knocked us out of
the
timing. Just finding time to do it all is hard.
But we just recently wrote a bunch of them to shoot. We had a guy.
We'd love to do it. Yeah.
Wanted to give us money to shoot some.
So, all your films are a big collaborative process between you and the rest of the guys?
Yeah. Like we've worked together for many years, so we know how to collaborate without breaking up, basically.
Now, this is your directorial debut, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what was that like?
It was all right. I mean, these guys. Once you sit in that seat, you realize how much diva these guys are. The kind of food they need to have.
OJ.
OJ chilled.
Just so, 34
Freshly
degrees.
squeezed.
Next to a 3/4 full glass of ice water. We can do this all day.
But it ended up being great. It's like we work as kind of a family. We use the same actors a lot, same crew a lot. So it's kind of very comfortable set to work on. So it wasn't like I was thrown to the wolves or anything. It was a very much like returning to the same team. So it was a pretty comfortable experience for me, actually.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job.
Thank you. We'll let the people decide.
We will.
Was Jay on the sidelines giving you tips and stuff throughout the process?
No, Jay, because he was unshackled from the job, he was able to just go do his own thing. So we'd be shooting, he'd be driving his convertible up and down the freeway.
Although Jay, we discovered like a new level, a new category of annoying for Jay, because the director's like the big man on the set and stuff, and Jay was now minus that. So sometimes he would put on the headphones and walk around and start telling people what to do, and you're like, get out of here, go away. I'm talking to this guy. I like this two-prong attack you guys
It's
have
good.
down here.
I like it. It's
Keeps you
good.
on your toes.
Okay.
2-on-2.
Let's see.
Who's gonna ask the
What was it like
question?
working with Michael Clark Duncan?
Big Dunk.
The Big Mike. He
was incredible. The guy was awesome. And we wrote this part, and the part was kind of based like Mike Tyson, like kind of a crazy boxer who terrified you. And then you realize you have to cast it at some point, so who are you going to get to play that part? And there are very few people, and he physically fit the part, but he hadn't necessarily done a lot of comedy movies before, so we weren't really sure. And he came in on the first day and just drilled it and started improvising. And you were kind of we didn't know him, so you were afraid to stop him from improvising because he thought he'd kill you. And so, but eventually, you realize that he really had the comedy skills, and he really steals the movie. The guy, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, which is the way we wrote it. We wrote the Champ with these big chunks of dialogue. He's a guy who sort of goes off on these tangents, and we'll just talk about whatever comes to mind. And then Michael would come in on top of all that dialogue. He would just start improvising, and some of the best stuff in the movie is his improv. So he was great.